Bonjour, hi, welcome to the stream. I'm having technical difficulty as usual, I think, but no, I think it's good. Let's check the sounds. Sounds check. Welcome, very happy Good Friday, everyone. I'm Frank Boucher, and for the next about 2 hours, we'll have fun coding. Today, we will be working on the URL shortener. I should start my to-do since it's still empty. But we'll be working on that, working on the deployment. Last time Stefan did try the deployment, and it was not working. So we'll be working on that. I did update the documentation, so I want to show that part. And yeah, and I wish I took, instead of 5 minutes, 10, so I could have done current status. Boom! Yeah, so last time we were working on the, oh yeah, there's that thing also we could do. We could do that if we have time. That would be cool. But I focus on plan, and the plan is to make it work as fast as possible so people can start using it. So we were working on the how to use it section of the project. We are working on the AzUrlShortener project. It's in GitHub. Let me copy paste that link to you in the chat if you're interested. So it's a URL shortener. It uses Azure as a backend. It's very lightweight. This is really just the redirect tool. So it will look into a storage and redirect people to the long URL. It's kind of close to free. It will cost you maybe, I don't know, 10 cents, a penny a month. Very, very budget friendly. And there's major changes that happen. That's why we're working right now to version 3. So if you go to the version on GitHub, there's a version vNext v3. And this is the project. So we're working. This is our funny logo. You know, we make your shorter URL. How to deploy, that's what we will be working today. I think it will be way easier than before. And how to use it, that was the part that we changed. So how to use it, so it's an API, like I said. There's no admin by default. Now that's a major change. There's the tool TinyBlazer admin that we build on this stream, but that right now is partially working. So we'll fix that, but the alternative for now, until we fix the TinyBlazer admin website, and that's why I want to fix the deployment so people can start and continue working with it, is to use Azure Storage. Well, you could already use Azure Storage. That's what I do, but I needed to explain it. So you could go jump here directly. So if I do this, it will open the page how to use Azure Storage Explorer. But since we were working on how to use it, okay, so yeah, it was see the complete list of admin tool here. We change also that. We kind of bring back this. That was from version 1. And version 1 was working with like a user and password. Now this one doesn't work with any password because it's read-only and it's only public. So it's way more secure, but then you cannot manage. That's why we will need Azure Explorer. So right now, like, there's only this, and there's the tiny website available there. And if people are creating new admin, this is where they could add it. Yeah, we need. Oh, in fact, we need to change that. Let's go here in the to-dos. In the selected, in fact, let's okay, that's cool. And now let's go see a little bit more the detail about Hey, Fragbird, how are you, my friend? How was your week? Yes, I turned on the stuff and the stream is recorded, so CB is checking you in case you win. And so close. So close. So close. We'll be working on deployment today. So yeah, so learn how to use the how to use it. Oh yeah, okay. Well, my water heater blew up Monday. No. And everybody has COVID in my house, including you or everybody else. I'm like, that's sad. Are they all very affected, or just like a minor everyone? Oh, sad to hear that. Well, at least nobody is isolated in the corner. You could still stay all together. That's nice. When my daughter got it, was like, yeah, stay in your room. In your room. And she was like, nah. Well, you know, it's hard for teenagers to be alone. Well, we're vax, so it doesn't. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, fatigue, I heard that's a big thing. You lost your energy very quickly also. Kind of like fully charged to 50%. Well, and did you get a lot of damage? Did it just stop working, or you kind of like leak your water heater? I need to pronounce my H. So yeah, so the dock here, what we did, like, it's very big. I know it's big. I'm trying to zoom, and I'm not. I think it's big. I need to find a way to make the small, like, it's a 4K monitor, but then like I go to that thing, I think it's just 1080. That's why, like, it's huge, but I think it's good for you. No, it was catastrophic. Water everywhere. It took forever to clean up, but then well, I'm very, 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 very sorry to hear that. I had in the past, not in my house. I will touch some wood. Do I have wood here? Needed to touch wood. Trouble in the past with water heater. In fact, in 2 of my photo lab, and it was not fun. Been called in the middle of the night because my store was on top of a track of a subway, and the water was dripping in the station. So they called me, and like, you open the door and you just like have a big wave of water coming up. But yeah, so that's not fun. That was like a shitty week. Well, the good news is it's Friday. So yeah, keep that for the win of the week on for Brian Clarkio stream. You made it. Okay, that's cool. It's like a little cylinder, right? Like it's as big as a filter or something like that. Those systems. Can I, if I go, let's say, like this, at least you will see a little bit more. So yeah, so I did update. So we did that part where like we explain how to add the subscription into Azure Explorer, Azure Storage Explorer. So we had the subscription, and then you find the table, URL details. That's what we did last time. And now I added the documentation to create a short URL. So I explain, okay, add your information here. Like, this is the information, like, you shouldn't write anything there, blah, blah, blah. And then if you want to update one, how to run a query, because it could be a little bit confusing to try to find that. So I did that. And yeah, and then I just add a note, hey, if you're invited to go to discussion or issue if you have any question or request feature, just in case people are like not sure. I don't think like, hey, I cannot run blah blah blah. It's worth an issue, but it's definitely a place where people could go in the discussion tab here and ask question. And you know, we have also different language supported here in the channel, in those channels, so community can help helping doing that. This one is a little bit bigger than that, about 4 feet tall. What is it? Okay, so like it's a major one. Oh, that's cool then. But the impact on your house and like the everything, the when you wash your clothes and everything will be awesome though. That's what I heard. Here I have a little bit of is it calcium? I think it's calcium pink in the water, but not too much. It's just like if the water stay there for a long period of time. What's the word in English? Is it sitting or still? I don't know. Like when you let water for a long time, you will see kind of like pink deposit. Yeah. Oh yeah. Descale your faucet. Yeah. Whoop. Did we lost music? It's just super low. I guess you cannot even hear it, right? Can you hear the music? I believe. Okay, let's do this like that. Bring back my mouse on my laptop. Okay, cool. So that's about the status of the project. And what I start working on. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. No. Oh yeah, and like I got new badges. I don't know if you're familiar with the badges. So I got the YOLO because for the behind my cloud website that runs on GitHub pages, and I change it instead of like being really like page driven. I change it now. GitHub released they now support GitHub Action, so I changed that, and I kind of like just like push right away, and they gave me that YOLO. You want it, you merge it. It's like, damn it, and I forgot that one. Quick draw. Oh yeah, so I create something and just like close it 5 minutes. So it was like a quick one. So like yeah, I got a bunch of little new badges. I was happy. And yesterday, I think that one got up to 3 because I did the PR on the project. Oh yeah, I can show you that. Let's do that. Microsoft, and then it's Fluent UI because I mentioned it before. So Fluent UI is a project. It's a web kind of a group of like it's there. Fluent UI is a web represent collection of utility, React component, and other web component, just to make it easier and more standard to create your UI. So I'm working with them, and like I help them to publish videos. So that was my PR. So it's animated GIF. And then when you click on that, it will bring the docs. So they are releasing documentation, not kind of a how-to to go into details and stuff like that. So they are planning to do one episode about by quarter. And the response for this community is really positive. So if I open that, there's the video. Their video is super polished, very high quality. Let me share that URL for you. Really nice. I like the animated GIF. I've only got the Pole Shark and the Arctic Code Vault. Oh yeah, and the badge, you mean? Yeah, I was surprised. And I was I was happy to have like of course I work with like I contact them and everything, but that's a big repo, right? So I was kind of very happy, nervous to have my pull requests merged with that. So kind of super happy. Yeah, the North Pole thing, I have that one. I forgot was for what. Forgot what it was. Oh, because I think I participate in Core Wiki of C# Fritz. I don't know. All those projects then. Awesome developer stream. Okay. And what's that one? Discover.net. What? What's that? Okay. A website that helped discover awesome and open source. Oh, okay. That's cool. Well, I didn't know that one. But yeah, I think that this is really funny. I'm always surprised to see those. Yeah, and the shark, I was happy. Like, I was like wondering, will it be different or something like that? But yeah, so I really like that. That's funny. Anyway. But today we're working on this project. So what I did work last time was, oh no, I shouldn't have minimized that. Let's keep it open, and we'll open VS Code. So okay, no, that's not what I want to see. What I did change. Did I not push it? Okay. Okay. So here are the change I did last time. Oh, I should move to the left here. So I did some change in dev container, in Azure deploy, in those param files. So if we look here, what I did is I added the new Azure CLI because like I'm using I'm using an ARM template in this deployment, and I just want to test it and do stuff like that. So I like the Azure CLI because you could have your script and just like right click execute instead of like copy pasting. That's mostly the reason I'm using this extension. So I had it there, and then I changed the params. So mostly remove everything. So what I did is I changed the deployment of our Git branch. So now you're targeting vNext3, and I removed the front end stuff because we don't need, since there's no more front end. So I did the same for the dev environment, and the major changes are here. So what I did is I removed the front end value. I removed the front-end email and password. Like I said, we don't need that anymore. I removed the URL storage account name. What, did I remove that? No, it just moved. Okay, it just moved. What I did is removing the front-end info because I don't need that to be passed anymore. And I change the version of. Let me, if I remember correctly. It's Control Alt 8. Nope. It's not Control Alt 8. There it is. So I cannot draw. I need to reach out to the team who works on Zoomit and say, please make a version that works on Linux. So we upgrade the Azure function since this project is now using the last version 4, and we're using .NET isolated. So Windows Alt 8. So we changed that. I changed the schema because it was kind of a little bit old, and I removed the front end, so the static web app where we were deploying the tiny Blazor admin. We don't need that anymore, so I removed that. So that's what I did, and it was late. And so now what we need to do is to try it, and obviously it won't work. Why should it, right? And we'll see what's wrong with it. But so before we try it, I did start, as you could see in the last, as you can see, I didn't show it, but here in the test deployment need to current branch, so I need to make sure I'm targeting in the button, I need to make sure I'm targeting vNext 3. Otherwise, when we click on the one-click button, it won't do what we expect. So that's the thing. I want to make sure it's all updated before we try it. Though, we could also run it locally just to test it. Should I do that? I think I want to try it. I think I want to try it. What should I do? Should totally do the test first. Okay. So debug CLI. So see, like I have like this page here, debug Azure CLI. This one here, and the beauty of it is I can now just like highlight those things and do a shift quote, I think, or we'll have a look. Can I? If I say run in terminal, it's control control apostrophe, and it will take that line and execute it inside the terminal, so we could test right away. So I could run some validation. So let's remove this, and there's one more thing I need to do first, is to do done one. Voila. Do a time. Add a time log and do a to-do start 2. There it is. So if I do this and I just do control and then apostrophe, it copy pastes. The beauty of it is copy pasting everything. So now we should have a new resource group in the Azure subscription. I log in prior to the to joining the stream. Copper Birdie is in the house. Woot woot. Hello, sir. How are you? Man, you have a very green thumb. Like I saw the picture of your sunflower. They were amazing. I didn't successfully grow some sunflower since I live here, but at my previous location, my previous house, I did have like great success with sunflowers. And once I put sunflowers with is it climbing beans? I don't know, the beans, but there's one that climb. So I put them all close together, and it bonified the sunflowers. And my neighbor back in the day, like we had a lot of fun like trying different stuff in our gardens and things like that. And I found a recipe, something like a package of King Kong sunflower, and those were like you need how do you call that? How do you call that? Ladder. You need a ladder to go at the top of those. Runner beans? Okay. Oh no, caterpillars. Well, soon they will be butterfly. That's the good news. Yeah, feel good. Feel good. Was a big week, but I'm happy. Let's see, King. Like huge. Have a look to that. But at the same time, maybe you don't want that high, but anyway, in my mind it was like, yeah, that would be cool. So I mixed the sunflower with the runner beans, and it created a pole for your runner bean to climb, and it solidify the sunflower stuff. And I think my problem here is because I have too much things in the ground, like grass and other roots of like trees and plants and stuff, and sunflowers like to be a little bit more alone. And the other places it was kind of like it was a field before, and they built a house on top of it, so the soil was kind of empty. In fact, I learned after that prior to sell us our yard, not yard but land, whatever piece of where we built the house, they remove the good part of the topsoil. They removed it, and after that I was like, yeah, I can sell you if you want, like I will make you a good bargain. And I was like, what? We thought it was normal, but then we learned that yeah, they removed it before. Yeah, Ring of Fire had one of those. Oh, because of Johnny Cash? I don't know. I know who is Johnny Cash, and I probably know a lot of his music, but I cannot, on top of my mind, catch those. Okay. So what we want to do now is to make sure we are in Phoenix tree. And now we want to have the deploy to Azure. So if I look this here, I think copy the link. Let's open the link in VS Code. Just open a new tab in VS Code. Yeah, that's targeting main. Oh, but so we shouldn't be using that one. But yeah, I told you I need a coffee. I need another coffee. We need to validate. That's what I start creating. So AZ group deployment, yeah, I will complain that this way of writing is deprecated, but it will still work. So we'll be deploying in the same resource group. The template is this one, and parameter should be Azure deploy params. Azure deploy param. Let's make sure. So that one, right? Yes, let's have a look. So Azure value tool, Frank, blah blah blah. Next, so this is the branch. The value, I think it's a bad one because I think it's already used. If I use here, yeah, let's try this one instead. So the branch will be, let's copy paste. I think you know by now how good I am with typos. So let's put dev3 here, base name. Okay, oh, did I lose my okay, here. Right, so now if I execute this, it will clean it up. So here, let's clean this. Now we come here, we do our control apostrophe, and then it should run. So we'll see how it goes. Meanwhile, let's try to land. Yes, sir. See, it's possible. It's possible, Fragbird. I don't know if you're still there, but it's possible. I landed. I made it. Rigged. It's not my fault if you don't click correctly. I want to create another game that we can play while I stream. I have just no clue what it could be. Something that could be played in the chat or something like that. As a team, the chat could do something. I don't know. There it is. Transylvania Jeff, congrats. And CB is happy. Okay, so we got some error. At least one resource deployment operation was deployed, fail, C like that, blah blah blah, code conflict. Okay, I think it's because of her name. I should have picked like a different name. Fragbird. Finite singularity made that Chalk Boom game Twitch is pretty cool. But the stream delay is killer of that game. What? Oh, that's cool. Well, welcome to stream, sir. Is that the name of... Ah, full stack hybrid mama. Made that. So the game is Chalk Boom? What's Chalk Boom? I'm not sure I understand what it means. Chalk Boom. Is that? Oh, that's a cool effect. What's the game, Fragbird? I know it will be a lot of typing though, but yeah, I would be happy if you can share with us. Okay, so let's go see the details. But my guess, okay, well, before we go, I will explain my guess. So I think it could be good for people who are less used to ARM template and things like that. So when we run that command, we're trying to deploy our and here it's purely a guess, and that's what I will try to validate reading the message. But here we are deploying, let's remove, let's just make it smaller. I don't want to lose the error. So here we're deploying an Azure function and Azure storage. And at the beginning, we are manipulating here, creating a suffix and function, and like try to have unique name with the base name and things like that. But for storage, the name need to be all lowercase and like with a limitation term of length of the name. So like I'm taking the first character and like I'm playing here, messing around with name. And because they need to be unique, my guess is the name may already exist. Therefore, that's why it was saying conflict. So that's what I want to validate. And to go there, like we had this little message here of our deployment saying like conflict. So I'm not a genius by knowing it's a conflict. That's what's reported to us. And resource deployment failure message, the resource operation complete terminal provisioning state failed. So I want to go back to the deployment because we gave a name to that deployment, right? Did we? Hopefully we did. Yeah, here that was the name when we did the validation. Oh, damn it. I did the real deployment. Yeah, that's why it was so long. I was wondering. That's not what I expected. Okay, let's go see the deployment. It was not using dev, so definitely a problem here. So we probably need to empty that resource group. Sorry, work distraction. Yeah, come on, priorities, Fragbird. The stream is top priority. No worry. No need to excuse yourself. Basically, he has a charcoal, okay, behind him on stream. Charkbone send dots bouncing around the chalkboard, and you get to drop a chalk bomb that spread out. The goal is to cover as much. Oh, that's super cool. That's cool. Yeah, my work get in my way of streaming and making more video. Though today I think we'll see how energized I feel all during the day, but my plan is to make videos today. Okay, so let's clean that and let's switch to here and how did we call our resource group? C5M short demo. Yeah, this one. Oh no, okay, so sure. Dev. So it did work. What's the problem? What's the problem? Maybe that's the problem here. No, because it did work. So I have my 2 storage. Looked like it worked. Why it says it didn't work? Fail deployment. Do we have more detail here? The resource the terminal presented fail. Raw error. And I guess that's what I had. Let's go back into Visual Studio Code and just paste that here. So, Frank, we are trying to include much more DevOps. Oh yeah, I should change the title of my, just one sec. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so let's go back. Okay, so friend, we are trying to include much more DevOps in our day-to-day. Good. We have a few GitHub action for some deployment. Can you discuss GitHub action versus GitHub Azure DevOps? Is GitHub action more developer focused? Oh my god. Yeah, I can. That's your question, right? Can you? Yeah, I can. I can do that. Let me start validating or something like that, and yeah, we can discuss that. Like I'm happy to. I use both, and I'm happy to talk more about that. Just wanna, since we have process that spin and we just wait, then I will try to have those running so we could chat in the meantime while things are processing. Okay, so let's go back here and save it. So I did a create, right? So I was not running. Okay, so let's go back here, remove this resource group. I want to go in the 5 demo here, and I thought it was a way to well, you know what, let's delete the resource group. It will be much faster, and we'll just recreate it. Okay, so hey Gamer, hi, how are you? How was your week? Hope you had a nice week. Okay, so let's chat. No, not that one, that one. So at least we can see the progress. Just put some time log into my my show notes. Okay, so the difference, not versus, I wrote versus, but I think they are two great tools. I don't think there's a better one. It depends on your skills, your processes, and how many steps or layers do you want. in GitHub, there's a few things that are added recently. Now you could have like waiting for like some automation, having some waiting for validation approvals, I mean, at different steps. So that's great. You already had that into the Azure DevOps. You have the dashboard integrated that is very advanced in Azure DevOps. We see it here because we're starting to use that new version of the boards or projects. They call that projects in GitHub. So on that, I would say GitHub is a little bit different. It's different tools, I guess. And the beauty of also Azure DevOps is it's using Azure Directory, so it's a single sign-on. So you don't need to have new authentication or stuff like that. It could be the same logged in and everything. You manage the permission, the role, the access from your current org directly into Azure DevOps. We use that internally a lot. In my team, we use Azure DevOps as a way to have our flow. My colleague, Jason Hen, is right now, there's a micro workshop. If you go to, what is it? GN, maybe you're there, Jason. So wave. GN, what is it? I think it's .co/code. No code. Let's copy that before I paste it, just in case. Yeah, cool. So he's doing a little series right now where he share how to pre-populate DevOps projects. So he create a bunch of automation. So we're using it a lot. So in fact, he's sharing what we do, like using Logic App and different things to make automation, to have templates and have a bunch of automated things happening. There's a lot you could also do with GitHub, but I think right now, today, the integration might be easier on Azure DevOps, but it depends on your skills and what you're comfortable. I know for like Microsoft documentation, the docs is on GitHub. I'm using a lot also GitHub for a different project of documenting. And we have a bunch of steps and waiting and validation and running the tests and all those. So it's also possible. So I don't think there's a bad way. If you are already familiar with one of those, I would say continue with that one. If you have a lot of pressure to change, I think there's nothing you can do. Well, like, it's not true. There's a few things you can do with one that you cannot do with the other. So make sure you're not hitting one of those exceptions. But if you don't need to have a single sign-on and like you don't care about creating new user, then you're fine. Like, you will be doing that once, and after that you're done. Like, I mean, it's nothing more. So I don't think there's a bad one. Straight down. Oh really? You didn't fly that one? Hey, Code with Sean, hello. So many old friends today. Not saying that you're old, but it's been a while that I didn't see you. Though, no, I'm kidding. Let's do a drop, and I will drop with the. Oh yeah, it's true. I have. Well, I like that. That one is funny. Let's try that. Oh, it didn't move though. Oh no, it's moving. Call me. Well, on the last stream it was my birthday, so I'm now very close to 30. Oh, that looked promising. Oh no! Ah, game, you're such a cheater. You push. Oh, that's awesome. You push. Code with Sean was about to land and just like, no sir. That's awesome. So you're a 74 model code with Sean, am I right? So I guess how I know that on top of my mind. Okay, so let's continue. Okay, so did the validation work? I don't know, Frank, because oh no, we delete that. Okay, so now it's deleted. Let's go back to the portal. So I hope I kind of answer your question. What was the name again? Transylvania was a Transylvania Jeff. I hope I answer your question. If you feel that I didn't, please ask more specifically, and yeah, I will try to answer it. But again, like I said, I don't think there's a good one and a bad one. I think they are They are very similar tools, maybe with a different initial context, but both are evolving. So okay, so resource group. If we refresh this, we shouldn't see anymore the C5M. Oh yeah, done. Okay, that's perfect. And what's your pick right now? Are you more using GitHub Action? Yeah, you mentioned that you're having GitHub Action right now. Then it's cool. Like, you continue with that. I think it's great. If at some point you're struggling too much to do something, it's not possible, reach out to the Cloud Advocate on GitHub side. Damien is one of them. I don't know if you know Damien, but there's plenty very active in the community, so I guess it will be easy to find on Twitter and all like other social media. Ask them, and if Azure DevOps then has that feature, I don't think it will be that hard to migrate. But start on Azure GitHub, like just having DevOps practices and flow and automation. That's a great great step, great progression. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so now what I want is to let's clean that. I want to just validate, and I want to make sure. So what we can do here is go in our file and maybe make something like Frank test v3, right? Save that. So it's in the param dev blah blah blah. So now since I deleted it, I need to recreate it. So control dash. Is it? No, it's not dash. It's apostrophe quote. Cool. So now we have our resource group. So let's clear that. And now I want to validate. So I just want to make a validation. So again, control quote, single quote. Let's run that. Look like it worked correctly. So here we see like what will happen. So when you run validate, instead of creating stuff, it just create the resources, and then you have that. And there's also a way to do the what if. I forgot. Like Alex created that a little while ago, but I didn't test it. And now everybody's working on biceps. So see resource name. It will be like Frank text v3 and then like vec 5r. So here is it. Oh yeah, my VPN is working. Every time I'm running on my VPN, the chat is just kind of like always bumping. I wonder if it affects my... Though if I check the stream information, I don't think... Let me check that. No, like 0 drop frame or anything. So I don't think the chat, I don't think the stream is affected. But strangely, the chat on my side is always like, welcome to the chat room, always. Okay, okay, so it look like it should be working. Oh, I heard strange noise. One of my dog is having fun upstairs. Sounds like trouble. Okay, so let's give it a try then. So we are using, so now we'll do the deployment. We'll do really the deployment. And again, the name of that deployment will be Cloud 5. And Azure deploy, the parameter file, we want to use the dev version. And it will be verbose. And I wonder, do we have the what if? Was it what if? Roll back on error. Oh, that's cool. I thought we had like a... Oh, maybe it's because I'm using old deprecated Azure command and it's not there. Okay. So... yeah, okay. So control and then single quote. Let's run that. Any project for the weekend? It's the last weekend of summer, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? No. But summer, at least if it's summer where you are, it's getting closer to and closer to an end. I'm not sure what I will be doing. Photography. I guess I will try to make some photo. I need to change my camera. Like I have two buddy camera, and my best one is used to do videos, and I think I want to change it. I want to swap them. And like I'm looking over there because my other camera is over there. Jason, if the weather is nice, some paddleboard. Oh yeah, I never asked you if I was. How was it? Was the first time you're trying your how do you say that in English? Inflammable paddleboard. Am I correct? Or it was just this year, it was the first time? Oh yeah, okay. So we still have a few days left for summer. Only been a few time out. The weather after work hasn't been good enough. Yeah. Yesterday here it was sticky. Very humid, no wind. I went on do a little tour, and yeah, it was super calm. Like usually there's a place where there's a lot of waves and stuff like that. Okay, we still have the same error, so conflict, blah 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 blah, but I don't know. What's the conflict? Feel like I have all the resource I need. So why there's a conflict? One of the resource deployment operation fail. For usage detail, this is white. Is it the first time I go on the dock in this computer? Maybe. I showed your project earlier, Jason. By the way, I should, you know what? Like I will add it into the notes. I showed it in on screen earlier. I'm not sure if you were there. Probably not, since you didn't say what I was telling. I was talking about Jeff, Transylvania Jeff was asking the difference. They're just starting their DevOps journey and asking about like the difference between GitHub Action and Azure DevOps. I was like, both are good, and I was just saying that you're explaining in this series some automation that we use internally, and I guess like that will be interesting. Also, Jason, I guess there's a lot we could also use with Logic App and GitHub, right? I think another colleague of us is doing exactly that, if I'm not mistaken, without dropping his name. But okay, yeah. So Transylvania Jeff, like I said, like you could do a bunch of automation. There's a lot in GitHub Action. I recently changed one of my GitHub page to use that. I do a lot of that. We use that a lot in different other projects, but yeah, you could create so much interaction and automations, and then when something is happening, put it back in the chat message, whatever you're using for chatting, or like sending an email, or like a bunch of stuff. There's so much you could do. So yeah, have a look to this series of video. They are super short, so it shouldn't be take too long, and maybe we'll get inspired. And like if you have any question, you can always find Jason, and I'm sure he will be happy. Now you have no other choice, Jason. I know Jason is legitimately happy to help and guide you to some resources if you need more help. Yeah. So we like Logic Apps. You could also probably use what's the other one, Jason? Power Automate. Oh, I have something in my eyes. I've been using Logic App for so many years that I feel just more comfortable there, but the Power Automate is also a good one. Okay, so let's try why again it fails. I guess we won't know, so we might just need to dig deeper. So that's our resource group. So again, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 resources. How many resources are we deploying? I guess that would be a good question, right? Okay, so let's close this. Azure. 1. Okay, so this is app name, cool. Now we have the service plan, 2, app insight, 3, storage, 4, another storage, 5. So I have 5. Is it the code maybe that wasn't deployed correctly? Maybe that's the thing. So this one fail, but we won't have much stuff, right? The resource operation complete with terminal fail. Click here to see the details. Oh, so it was, oh yeah, okay. Okay, cool. Oh, like I'm saying cool, like now I understand. So that web part is the configuration of the, configuration of the Azure function, the source control. Let's go in secret for just a second. Oh, I'm sorry, like I should have been full screen. Can I see the value? Azure Mask. So the provisioning fail. Okay, I will copy this message here just to show you. I'll put that in our, whoops, in our page where we have a bunch of stuff. Here for later, I want to show you that. Let's go back into here. Okay, I like this page. So now I can still work. You can still kind of know where I am without seeing information. I like that. So I just toggle back the action. So now let's go back here. No, here. Well, have a good day, Fragbird. Get better and have a good weekend. Hopefully without major event, just like being better and better and better. See you next time. Yeah, that was the goal. So this is secret. So you can understand where I am, Jason, and without seeing the information. So let's go. I'm editing a password or like a prod URL that I don't want everybody to catch. So you could see right now, like you could see like I'm working in their stuff, but without seeing the information. So I use that, and it's my secret scene. So when I'm not sure, I'm like, oh, that's cool. So I could see. Well, that's nice. So like that's what I copy paste earlier. So status message was saying that the resource deployment failed because the provisioning failed. And provisioning is because in that specific action, the web part, that's where I connect the Azure function saying, hey, look for your code into the repo. And I guess that's when having a very well-defined document over there will be impactful. And because everything is targeting main instead of vnext 3, I think that's maybe why it failed. Yeah, I just mentioned, yeah, let me hide that, but yeah. Cool, so yeah, I guess we could have a look to the, let's go back to, how can I close this? It's really big, that, okay, so if I go here, I won't have it, like that's the same thing as before. Okay, thank you. Just want to close that. And I want to go back to resource group. And if I go to the Azure function, so we see here the Azure function URL. That's good. Subscription ID. Why the subscription ID is not hidden? I don't know. Properties. Consumption mode. We set up this in our ARM template, so that part worked. Okay. Where is it? Like if I go here, I feel like I'm missing something. Click here to access the application site. Nope. Essential. Notification. Enable app insight. Yeah. That's not what I want. Because this page is so big. It's so zoomed. Yeah, okay. So how? Okay. So just here I can see it. Okay, cool. So now I will be able to see the properties I'm looking for. And what I'm looking for? Functions, app key, app file, deployment center, I guess. So external Git, and GitHub, blah blah blah, and the branch is v3, so that's good. And it's .NET isolated, so look like it's all good. Preparing deployment of the commit. Specify project, C blah 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 blah. Shortener tools is invalid. No kidding, it doesn't exist anymore. Okay, we'll need to change that. Okay, let's do that. So let's go in the progress here. How many resources did I said? 5, right? How do you spell seams? Oh, okay. Creates. Yeah, because it's the ARM template. Error. Okay, just want to have some kind of logs here in the GitHub project. So now what we can do is search. We need to search. We need to search for this thing, and yeah, I did a lot of cleanup, so it's maybe something I forgot. So let's have a look. So I don't need that anymore. Let's close this. Don't save. So so I'm back into Azure. I'm back into the Azure, not Azure. It's VS Code, Visual Studio Code, and a good way to search across the board is to use Control Shift, and then if you want to search and replace, it's Control Shift H. But if you want to find, it's Control Shift F. And now it had this bar here, and you could just type what you want, and then it will show you every places where that thing is. And there it is. It's in so many places. Okay, do we have this? We shouldn't have it. Well, I guess I didn't do my cleanup correctly. damn it. Whew. What is happening? I need hair here. Okay, well, I guess we have a lot of work to do. I feel like it was a little bit accent here. So what's that thing? Oh, no, shortener tool. Oh, that's one problem here. Well, that's debug. See here, and I'm saying that the tool is in this folder. Though it's not, shortener tool doesn't exist anymore, so the project now, so function project folder is now in source, I think. Let's go back here, and if I close this, so the project, it's here, so it's definitely, so that's the solution. So the folder is really in source where the project is. Oops, sorry, I clicked on the file. Okay, so let's close a few tabs because, okay, so this is our ARM template. Deverler, yeah, has some visitors. You know what? Give me just 1 second. Someone is getting in my house, and I'm not expecting anyone. So that's strange. I'll be right back. What is it? What is it? Oh, where is my... Okay, we're back. It was my daughter. Apparently, school day is shorter or different on Fridays. Okay, so on this ARM template, we need to change this to be just SRC. Yeah, that will be better. And if we go back, thank you, Jason, even if you're not there anymore. Okay. Dependabot. Oh yeah, I guess I should change that too. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Okay, yeah, we'll do this in task. That's good, that's good, that's good. So, yeah, project, base name, okay. ARM debug, we're not using it right now. Dependabot. What? Oh. Azure function, where the code of the project? It's in source. Whoops. Yeah. Okay. That's good. That's just the name. Okay. So that's in. I thought we just changed that. Oh, this thing doesn't exist anymore. Okay. Deployment, we changed it. This is the. How many copy of that do we have? And okay, that's cool. So now if I refresh, oh, that's the solution. So that would be better. This project doesn't exist anymore. Maybe the solution will need to work better on that. Okay. Tasks. It's okay to have the project still exists. It's just the folder doesn't exist anymore, because before I had multiple projects, but now it's just the Azure function. So look like it's now fixed everywhere. Nope. Post deployment. Add the new custom domain. I need to change that too. There's a few less step in the new version. Like I found a way to make it simpler. Cool. Okay, so I guess right now we're fine with that. Right, so how many files did we? Whoa, that's a lot of files. It's funny. Oh, like he thought like I was removing Ortner tools and then with the S on the other side. Do you see that? Windows Alt 8. You see that? It's funny how I thought I was removing this instead of just the folder. Azure deploy and Azure deploy. We have two Azure. Oh, one in tutorial. No. Wow. Oh yeah, I need to check that tutorial thing. Okay. Removing references to this folder. How come I don't see That's interesting. Oh, I just don't see it in my see again, like I see it on like my local machine. Code with Sean, now you land when who was it again earlier that pushed you aside? Was a remix? Code Game Lore, right? Yeah, Game Lore pushed you, so now you got it. Cool. Now I'm straight. You're straight in my face. Okay, so now that it worked, let's try to redeploy it, I guess. So what we could do is, yeah, just rerun it. I think it should work. When you try to redeploy an ARM template, what it will do is it will just see what's changed and apply that. So let's give it a try. So we'll go back again into the Azure deploy, into the debug CLI, and the command we want to run is the deployment. Cool. I just want to make sure we're using the good one. So dev here, frank dev v3, blah 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 blah, excellent. That's what we want. So this column here, this column, this row here. So control quote. Use deployment group instead of group deployment. See you another day, Game Lord. Same for you, Code with Sean. See you another day. It was nice to see you. There it is. It worked because now the folder is there. So if we go back into the Azure portal, let's go back here. So now we could see this. And if we go into the deployment center, we should have 2 rows now. Or the logs, we will have 2 rows. Oh, damn it, I didn't push it. Oh, I was running locally. Yeah, I was running locally, so it should have worked, right? Of course it didn't work. I forgot to push, and it's referring to, no, but like, $10.15. Yeah, that's the old one. Settings. Do I need to drop that? Yeah. Yeah, because the resource was there, it won't work. And if I do a sync, it won't work. Okay, let's go in secret mode. I will go in the config tab of my resource. Oh, I could have kept it a bit longer. So right now I'm going into settings, and I think it's there. No, it's not there. Deployment center? Where is the let's try. I forgot what it is, where that folder is set. I will put the secrets because I want to look the values. If there's nothing there. Like I see like everything but the folder of the setting for the backend. Oh, a general setting maybe? No. Deployment slot? No. Okay, you know what? let's go back here. And what if I just delete that resource? I will just delete, you know what, let's delete the full project. The full resource group, I mean. Whoops, I'm still in the secret. Sorry about that. So yeah, we'll delete the resource, we'll recreate that and redeploy. Meanwhile, what we can do is push those changes. I think that would be good. So let's bring this and we'll just push that. That's cool. Excellent. So now it's pushed. So are you done? Are you done deleting the stuff, Mr. Azure? Come on, come on. Come on, I want to deploy, I want to deploy. Cool, delete, excellent. So let's go back to our come on. Visual Studio, we'll recreate the resource group, control single quote, copy paste, group is created. Let's clear that. Where I was typing, oh damn it. Cool. Zoop. And now let's deploy. So not validate, deploying. So this line here, right? So control single quote, we're deploying. Although we could have, well, let's try to not change too many things, but eventually what we want is to be able to deploy from this one, but we need to change the deploy button. And if we go in how to deploy the step-by-step deployment, we'll need to make some changes. And it's this button that we'll be using. Deploy to Azure. And I guess we'll be able to deploy straight from my repo also. Let's sorry, let's copy the link and go back here in a new page, paste that. It's still showing main, so we'll need to change that if we want to try it because we are in v3. Come on, come on. How's the weather plan in your area? I have no clue. Let's have a look. What's the forecast? So the forecast for me for the weekend is Saturday look like it will be rain and Sunday look like it will be nice. And Saturday is, well, just rain in the morning. So I guess it will be good in the day. So kayak or bike, I don't know. I order a new bike and I should receive it early September. So I'm kind of like, now I'm using my 27 years old bike. We're mostly there. Come on, deploy the resources, sir. If we go back in Azure and refresh that page, well, mostly there. deploying, it's deploying. Now it's doing the web thing. Will it work? Well, oh, I should left, Frank, so you don't hide anything. Hopefully it works. Come on, come on. That will be a nice stream if we finish everything. And since I push everything, it will be ready. Come on, come on. Refresh. Oh, deployment successful. Doop, doop. Looked like it worked. So now if we go to functions, maybe we don't see those here. I don't know. I guess it worked. Yeah. Excellent. We did it. Yay. Oh, wait a second. I can do better than that. We did it. We did it. Yay. Okay. That's cool. So have a nice weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye-bye.